everyone, and welcome to the Music is Our Hero podcast, hosted by Grammy Award winner Drea Young. This is the spot where we celebrate creativity, share stories, and lift each other up in the arts. Each episode will dive into conversations that inspire, empower, and spark new ideas, because art isn't just about what we make, it's about the community we build together. So grab a seat, get comfy, and let's grow in creativity side by side. The Music is Our Hero podcast for creativity, community, and inspiration come to life.
I'm sitting here with Kathleen Daidone.
Correct,
yes. In Feastonville.
Well done, by the way. That's a hard name to get.
Yeah, well, I've had practice. Kathleen is a artist service person. Code 3 Records is her company, and that's about what I know about her. So we're just going to dive in and talk to her a little bit about what she does and what she has to offer, how she got here, and wherever the conversation goes. It's not really a planned thing.
Okay.
Yeah. So was music always a thing
For me?
in your life?
Yeah.
Like as far as work?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've done other things, but music's always been a business I like to take part in.
Yeah. How did it all, what did you start with? Like
Just started managing bands,
Okay.
late 90s. Just taking bands on tours, shows, bookings, that kind of thing. And then one thing led to another, and we winded up into sync licensing and learning the business behind it to make sure we didn't get screwed.
Okay. And did you learn as you went, or did you go to school or anything?
Totally learned trial and error.
I love that. I've talked about that in another podcast. Well, no, I didn't get into it actually, because it was a whole nother subject I didn't want to get into. That this is a business that I feel like, well, especially with today's technology, you can always learn things. But it's also a business, like when it comes to studio and different things, like you shouldn't have to go to school and spend $100,000.
I've always believed that.
Yeah.
For anything, really. The best way to learn is trial and error because, then it really commits to memory.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you learn that way.
Yeah. And it's also, like, with the studio and and interns and stuff like that, or trial and error. It's a business. Like we're not doctors. Like,
No.
I think doctors should go to school.
Yeah,
Well, I guess they could.
They should.
I guess they could teach themselves too, but I don't know if trial and error is as good.
Definitely not surgery.
Yeah.
I don't want anybody to practice surgery.
Yeah. Yeah. So there are some things I feel like, but I feel like when it comes to music, entertainment, trial and error, or, hanging out and being an intern or something like that. But as we know, they've capitalized on it all, and
They've had it figured out for a long time.
yes, and they've had it figured out for a long time. So, all right, cool. So you started out just doing that kind of stuff, and then where did that lead you with these bands? And you had to start learning about sync and
Yeah, well, it was just one thing that led to another, and then once we learned about sync and we got involved in that, became apparent that a lot of indie artists didn't really understand it,
right.
didn't know about it, didn't know, the steps to take to make sure you're able to sync, to get a sync
So what exactly
license.
is sync?
So licensing music to TV, film, video games, and, how to do that, successfully, what it takes to do that successfully. Your music has to be registered correctly in order to get a secured 200% cleared sync license.
Yeah.
So, and that's, something that we were teaching artists.
Yeah. So what if somebody they produce music and they work with artists and they put it out? Because I know someone that did this, and I know what I believe, but I just want to hear your opinion. They think it's okay that they don't have to get it copyrighted. They think that having it and doing it and having the files is enough. But in the real professional world,
Well,
should you get a government copyright?
in my opinion, yes.
Yes.
And the reason being is because just from our experience, for example, Getty Images had used one of our songs in, a project that they had going on. And we were trying to claim, the titles and everything. And because we had the music registered with the U.S. Copyright Office, we were able to recoup the financial losses as well as, stake claim to those titles.
That's awesome. And how do you are you able to find people like that? How did you know that they were using your music or somebody's music? That you work with?
Well, we were actually, because we have all of our music registered everywhere it's supposed to be registered. It came up, it got flagged. BMI, for example, that's who our catalog's with. But ASCAP would do the same. To let you know that your music's being played here. And it's like, oh, well, wait a minute. And then you may not be compensated like for certain mastering, publishing, all the mechanicals. Like you have to make sure it's all in place. And Getty Image was one of the folks that weren't paying.
Wow. So they were just, what was it, a song with an image, or what were they exactly using? Or you're not sure?
It's been a while.
Yeah.
But they were just using it without our permission and without compensating. So that's all I can really say to that.
Yeah. You're like, I got you. So to when an artist makes music or does whatever, what exactly do they have to do to be protected? Like, what is all involved when you're saying registering, you're saying publishing, you're saying masters and this and that? Like, what?
Well, once the song's mastered, and you want to put it out there in the world, you should really have it set up with a performing rights organization, BMI, ASCAP, CSAC, one of those. And then you also want to claim the publishing, which a lot of folks don't realize they need to do that, because even though your song's being played on Spotify, there are publishing royalties that you could be missing out on. So, our flow is we also register with Luminate, which is used to be Nielsen SoundScan, which is the Billboard charts essentially. So, and Luminate's actually doing some new things, trying to match music makers with sync opportunities too now, or brands even. So we plug it in there. Then we also register with Music Reports, the Mechanical Licensing Collective, and Sound Exchange, which a lot of artists have heard of these things, but nobody really dives into.
So what's the mechanical licensing?
So the mechanical licensing is publishing, essentially, is publishing.
Okay.
So you control your publishing. You want to control your publishing if you want to license your music.
And publishing is exactly what?
Putting the music out there to the public.
Okay.
You released it through DistroKid, CD Baby. That's publishing. You're a publisher.
And then some of those companies offer their publishing, right? Or is that
right?
But you probably don't want to do that. You probably want to set up your own and not use
correct
the distributor's publishing, because then they're going to get a cut out of that too.
In our opinion, yes.
Yeah.
You want to set it up separately. Because that can cause hiccups too if you want to try to license your song and they control a portion of your publishing or acting as your administrator. They can take 1% of whatever.
I don't think a lot of people would even think of that, like the artists and stuff.
No,
yeah,
no, and we've spent some time trying to get folks out of like TuneCore and CD Baby publishing.
Yeah, I mean it's a good idea on the company's end, but yeah,
it makes a lot of sense as a business move.
yeah, to make more money. Do you have a favorite distributor in like that?
As of right now, we recommend DistroKid or CD Baby Standard, not to go for CD Baby Pro, because that's when they get into the publishing aspects.
Yeah, I've always used CD Baby because that's what I learned many, many years ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Derek Sivers had a good thing going.
What?
Derek Sivers had a good thing going when he started that company.
Oh, is that
made a lot of sense. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
Yeah,
and they're still around. So
they were the first ones that we ever distributed with. Also,
DistroKid. I mean, a few years ago, I never put anything on DistroKid, but I know a lot of younger people. That's kind of what they know. Whenever I learned about it, I don't know if this is still how it is. They'll put it up. You have to pay for a subscription.
Yeah, it's a yearly subscription. Mm-hmm.
And if you don't pay that, do they take your music down?
They have another tier, I guess you could say, where you can like it's a legacy
why would
tier.
You want to do that?
Yeah.
What if you stop putting music out?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I haven't met an artist yet that has really stopped putting music out.
True. It's like Jason, when we were talking earlier, that owns Drowning Fish Studio. We just say like audio engineering, like this scene, it's a disease.
Yeah,
like we actually don't stop.
No.
So fair enough. Fair enough on that. Yeah.
But if you did, you can purchase. I think they have like it's called Legacy or something, and it'll just
Okay.
leave it up there on the platforms.
Yeah, because I was like, what? CD Baby, it's like $9.99 a single. Like,
Mhm,
just
mhm.
put it out and get it done
Yep.
with. Why do I need a subscription?
Well, now the new ones is TikTok too is doing. They have Sound On, which I haven't really met anybody yet that's used it, but I mean,
It's a distributor?
yeah, it's called Sound On, and they're distributing to all the platforms, but primarily it'll TikTok. So there's a lot of
There's so much going on in 2025. It's
yeah,
like
it's
insane.
overwhelming. It really
It's
is.
everything is just changing
Quickly, yeah, very
quickly.
quickly.
So quickly. And even all the apps of like to promote like,
Mm.
just even all of them are changing so quickly. Like
Yeah.
just 10 years ago, I feel like Instagram was just taking off.
Yes, yes,
And it was
Mhm.
pictures.
Yep. And now it's just evolved into videos
And it just becomes
reels and-
mayhem. It just becomes, and then when Snapchat came
Mhm.
out, I feel like that's when Facebook and Meta, whatever, they started stories.
yes, yes. So
And then
they're
TikTok
super
came.
popular,
It was like,
yeah.
oh.
Yeah,
And
I
I'm like,
think
all right,
I was
enough.
exhausted when TikTok came. I was
Yeah,
like,
I never got to. And that was
no.
like, well, now the weird part about all this social media is that it started with a certain intention, and maybe they had some bad intentions with it too,
Mhm.
but it's all getting so political.
Oh, true. That's true. Yeah.
It's weird,
Mhm.
but it makes sense. But was that how it was supposed to? I don't know if this is true. I don't know if anything is true
Yeah.
because of AI anymore.
It's hard to tell. It's hard to
Yeah,
tell.
and there was
Yeah.
something about how Trump's going to be. There's like a deal with him buying TikTok
Mhm.
and Is that true?
Oh, I don't know. I've heard the
Oh.
same. I've heard the same.
And it's going to be like a MAGA platform, but it's like weird. Like, oh, okay, this is just going to be political. When TikTok came out, it was an amazing outlet. I feel like for the younger generation to promote dancing
Yes.
and like cool
everything,
things.
really.
Like, yeah, but it was a lot of dancers. It was like that app that like made you go in and like, you did your thing or whatever. And everybody was dancing. And I was
Yeah.
like, this is so cool. These kids are so cool. Like, I wish that we were
Wish I
pushing
could
each other to
dance.
dance better when I mean, maybe we were, but it wasn't a social platform that went
Right.
worldwide. And now it's like, oh, we're going to just make this, government, maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think it was because it had something to do with was it like an app that was produced by China or
Well, that's the thing. It's from
Okay.
China.
Yeah.
And it's the whole thing like China spying on us. But then all of a sudden now it's like,
Like,
Trump
who is it?
wants to buy.
Like-
And I'm like, okay, with these billionaires, knock it off.
Mhm. Well, and it probably had something to do with the copyrights too. It always comes down to some sort of legalese. Like,
What? What you mean, like the selling of it,
or the ownership of like even the content on the platform.
Yeah.
So that gets.
I think
a
he
little,
just want. I don't know. We don't gotta go down that rabbit hole.
That's fine.
So, speaking of technology and AI, there's a lot going on in music with that too.
Yeah, yeah. We just
And the laws, it's happening so fast that the laws are not all made yet to
That's true.
protect
yeah,
artists.
yeah.
So have you had any
It's-
experiences?
It's the Wild West with that right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just had an artist come to us with that, and that their whole catalog is just AI vocals. So it's
So did they make the music,
they made the music,
wrote the
lyrics,
words, and then had AI sing
They,
it?
yep. Well, they sang, and they just put like an AI vocal over, so a male's voice became a female's voice, and like different gospel, pop, and it was just like really interesting because, what are we going to call this? Is it just a tool? I think it's a tool.
It is a tool.
And I think that's how it could be used.
I mean, the
and should
way
be
it
used.
sounds like this person used it, they used it as a tool.
Yeah, that's
Well,
the way
I mean,
saw
as
it.
like they did all the creating and writing, because you can also just make songs.
right.
So
Yeah.
my fiance's niece, she wrote a song. They wanted to write a song about being brave.
Mhm.
So Diana, that's my fiance, she was like, all right, Vera, think about like a time you were brave.
Mm-hmm.
And she mentioned these times when she was brave. And then they were going to go to the keyboard or something and start making a song. I was like, why don't you just try AI and see how that works, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God, the song was so good.
Right.
Well, it's very
Mhm.
pop, obviously, and it's very whatever. But I couldn't, and this little 7-year-old's eyes, like, oh my God, that's my song,
Yeah.
Um,
It's incredible.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
But I think when it's done that way, like obviously you have the words that you wrote, but like you didn't nothing else was done.
Right.
So to
Yeah.
release
What
that
part
would
of
be a
that was
little-
human?
Yeah. It's just, and then there's got to be laws of where AI is learning all this stuff. Because that's
True.
how AI works.
Right. It's a learning.
Yeah, it's
learning,
learning,
in
and then it's
progress.
going to take over.
Right. Yes.
And Terminator
Is real.
is real. Terminator is real.
Mhm.
Let's see. So Code 3 Records. If you guys cannot see, there's a nice little logo and there's a little sticker down here. So artist services. I don't know if there's anything else that you want to talk about your business, and you kind of went into it a bit.
Yeah, just we lay the foundation, really. If you want to be a musician, you want to release music, you want to put it out there in the world, we really lay the groundwork to be established as a business. And once you put those things into place, then you can start to build. That was really the goal, the intention. I mean, that's what we did personally. So now
And
we
I
share
feel
that.
like it's a good deal. I feel like, well, we met when did we meet? Like a year ago?
Yeah, about.
I don't know. It was at my Monday night meetup event,
Mhm.
and that's the only time we ever met.
Yeah.
So you did mention things there, and one thing I think you did talk about your pricing. I don't know if it's changed, but I felt like it was a
it's
great
the same.
deal.
We're the only company that hasn't.
So while everything
changed.
inflates 5,000%,
right? No, we're staying the same.
so and what is that like?
So to work with us we work with artists for a year because the steps that we take usually take about a year, the whole process. To work with us, it's $500 up front for the year, or we do $250 up front and $250 6 months from now, or we do $50 a month, which turns out to be $600 a year. But we're trying to be flexible because everybody's in a different economic situation.
Yeah.
And we understand artists. Like, this is something usually artists want to do, but don't really have a budget to do it. And
Yeah, they don't know how.
we can, we work together.
Yeah, I
That's
think
it.
that's great. So yeah, if you're an artist or you do whatever, you do need to get your business in place if you want to take yourself serious, and you're not going to find a better deal. And if you just go into a major label, like you want to have your business. Let's say you're really good and the majors want to pick you up. Like, you want to have your business in place. Otherwise, you're going to most likely have a terrifying story how they robbed you and stole everything, right?
Yes, that's been the consistent story.
That's the
since
consistent story
I've
since
heard.
record labels opened. Because if you don't own your copyright or your master or you don't, publishing, like you can start a publishing company. I have BMI, so I'm registered as a songwriter, as a publisher, and
Perfect.
I did it a long time ago. It was all free, so I'm assuming it's all free still. Is it free to register? I don't know anymore.
It's for BMI to be a publisher. It's 200. I think it's 200.
Did I pay when I did it? I wonder.
No, you
No.
didn't.
Ooh,
No,
ooh, I
they
just
changed
took
the how they did that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now it costs. Well, that's going to happen.
Yeah.
But it was kind of cool. It was.
But
free.
if you go with ASCAP, it is free.
What is the
So.
main? What do you think is the best one to go with? Is there a best?
It's Coke and Pepsi. I don't know.
They're all, it's kind of the
pretty
same but different.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some people say that ASCAP does more to help market. I don't have anything tangible to compare it, to say that it does. But-
Yeah, and some of the things that Kathleen was talking about, like with your songs, is that you have a master recording, right?
Right.
So that's one copyright.
Right.
And that's normally what the label owns.
Right. Correct.
And then you have your songwriting and publish. You have a songwriting copyright, and that's what the publisher owns.
It can be. Yeah.
Or the songwriter.
You can do that.
Like if you have your own publishing company, then you would have control over that.
Right. There's a master copyright and there's the publishing. So you want to keep control of both if possible.
Yeah, because then you can do a deal.
Right.
Otherwise, if you go in blindly to these majors,
Mhm.
we're indie people,
Yeah.
but people have dreams and they have different dreams. So whatever you want to do, but you just don't want to go in blindly because they're going to record you. You're going to be like, yeah, this is great, fantastic. And they're going to give you this huge budget and you're going to owe all that money back to them, by the way.
All
So
that
if they
money
give you
back,
$1 million
yes.
deal, guess who has to pay them back $1 million?
Yes, before you collect anything. Yeah, I've met artists that have lost their house because they got back from a tour and didn't realize they had to pay him back. I mean, it's awful.
It's horrible.
It's terrible.
It's horrible. And
But
they'll
they didn't
steal your
know.
song. So
Yeah.
if you don't know any better and come and talk to someone like Kathleen and get your shit straight, then they're going to you're going to record your song. It's going to be great. They're going to release it, but they're going to copyright it, the masters. They're going to publish it. They're going to do this, and you're going to have no control. And I don't even know what you're going to get paid.
Yeah, honestly, it's hard to
As
say
the
because
artist, like
if
if you're an artist and you don't have any control over your business of your music, what do you get part of? The song, like,
well, if it's not, if you're
songwriter,
not
I
claiming
guess.
the songwriting, I mean, you should at least get a piece of the songwriting.
yeah, because if you don't do
royalty.
that, then you're,
Literally get nothing.
I guess, tour.
And that depends what your deal is on that. I mean,
So
I don't
just
know.
be careful. There's sharks
It's
out there.
extremely.
That's why I left the majors. It just
Difficult.
wasn't for me, and I started this, this whole thing because music
Yeah.
shouldn't be. It shouldn't. This is something that we were given to, like we were given to communiate with each other.
Yeah,
like,
it
in a
connects
way.
people.
It
That's
connects
what it
people,
does.
and it can. So many good things and messages could be sent,
Yes.
and so many good everything, and then the people just. Some people ruin it.
They saw
Business people.
opportunity and they
Not you,
capitalized
not-
on it. No, not me. I'm kind of the opposite.
Yeah, you're a
like
good
completely
yeah.
opposite from what the major labels have done.
Yeah. Something else I remember you talking about back when I first met you was something called a black box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What
that's-
can you go into that again? Because I felt like I remember it was a cool thing that I didn't know about when you heard it the first time.
So the black box is where royalties go. It's like this mysterious place, and if royalties go uncollected, they go into what they call the black box, and the black box is just that, uncollected royalties. And if you're a songwriter that's also a publisher because you've released your own music to the public, then if you don't say, "Hey, that's my song over there," and claim it using metadata, the royalties are going to go into the black box, and it gets divided up by the major labels and swallowed up, and you'll never be the wiser. And they used to, years ago, but you used to be able to collect retroactively for like a decade, but now the window's getting shorter and smaller, so it's like 2 or 3 years. So it's very
Oh.
important to
And how do you
once you get started
find?
is by plugging in the metadata. Plug in the metadata to the BMI, ASCAP, the PRL.
Like the ISRC code stuff?
The ISRC, IPI,
Okay.
UPC, ISWC.
Oh, and you can plug that in your performance, right?
You can plug
thing.
it into the pros, BMI or ASCAP.
Because
But
I know
you
in
gotta
there,
plug it in
like
other
it'll show you
places.
like your registered songs and your stuff. You won't see it there. You got to actually do something else to like see it.
Right, yeah. I mean, what in your pro?
Yeah.
Well, once you go to register the song, you're actually able to plug the data in there. And if you log into your account, you can actually go to the song title, and it should populate on the drop down
Okay.
the actual shares, splits, what percent everybody controls, and the codes are there also.
Wow.
But your distributor provides the ISRC and UPC code,
Yeah.
and BMI and ASCAP control the ISWC codes. BMI and ASCAP also contribute to the IPI numbers. The IPI numbers, you get one as a songwriter and one as a publisher, and hopefully you do both because it makes a difference when you're trying to plug in the data to the royalty collection agencies, which is the MLC, Music Reports, Sound Exchange, Luminate. It's not a royalty collection agency, but it's a huge tool to use to track your music in the digital world.
What is
Also,
it? Luminate?
Luminate, yep, that's the Billboard charts, essentially.
Oh, that you said, yeah. What is it, like luminate.com?
Uh,
Or that's just,
yeah, I think
we
so.
know that's the company.
I think
Okay,
so.
well, we can
And
do
then the other
Google.
one is All Music. That's something we do too. We register all the data into All Music because that helps as an identifier too for even like music supervisors, like for sync and stuff. They go and
So
search
these
the
companies that do
database.
this, do they make like how do they make money?
So Sound Exchange
I'm
is
always
like a
wondering how people
government.
make money.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm always like, well, if it's free, like because Sound Exchange you don't pay for, right?
No, you don't.
I mean,
but
I signed up
that's
for that
like
10 years ago, so I haven't been on it since. I don't remember.
that's like a government thing that was set up. Yeah, it didn't start off that way, but it winded up being.
Well, it's
I
funny.
think-
That's how things are.
Yeah.
It didn't start out that way, but now the government owns it.
But they did do something good. So in 2018, they did establish the MLC. Now, some other folks out there, I tend to have like a disagreement with on whether it's beneficial or not. But I believe it's beneficial because some of the royalties are now actually landing in artists' hands. Prior to the MLC being established, you would have had to be with like Harry Fox, and you still can be with Harry Fox, but
And what's Harry Fox?
Harry Fox is a collection agency for publishers.
Okay.
And they literally, in my experience, never paid anybody.
Okay.
They send you a lot of letters called NOIs, and those are, notice of intent. So they intend to pay you.
Why can't
For
everyone just
20
be cool?
years, they've intended to pay me. But it wasn't until
Intended to
2018.
pay. Okay.
2018, Congress, for some reason, I believe, did something actually proactive and created the MLC. And MLC and the Harry Fox actually share a database. And we're actually going back retroactively and paying out royalties to people that were
Wow.
owed royalties. So it was like a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
And
Well, that's
finally
cool.
something
It's
positive.
nice when there are some people in the government that care.
It
about the
happens
music.
from time to time.
Yeah. You should go in the government. They need you.
They don't want me there.
They don't want you. Oh, man. Wow. It's so involved.
Yeah. It
So
really
do you
is.
have to constantly, I guess you have to constantly educate yourself.
I like to read. And I'm really big on injustice. So,
Yeah.
especially for music. I mean, it's just it's been too long that it's these things have happened. And it's not right. And
Yeah.
so one way to correct it was to actually come armed with metadata and
I love that. You
Take
could
it
be
back.
Because it's like a superhero theme.
That's
like
right.
you need like a metadata
I wear this T-shirt because of that. I'm like, yes, I
yeah,
feel
that's
very.
like your metadata. Yeah, you need like a a warrior metadata with all your weapons.
on my
So how
coats.
many artists do you think you've helped out? How long have you been Code 3 Records been a thing?
Since 2017. We
Okay,
started
so-
in 2017. That's when the idea was, hey, we should just.
Is
try
it
and
just
tell
you?
everybody. No. My family's involved. Like they're
Now,
very
are they
helpful.
involved because of you, or was it something that interests them too? And they're like, let's do this together.
Well, my husband and my son's musicians, so
Oh, that's great for your
know-
son to get all this education.
yeah, and he's in high school now, so he was like, why don't you teach a class on this? And I'm like, all right, well, we'll file that away. Maybe I will someday. But
Yeah. Yeah.
But he learns everything hands-on here.
You could,
this
because there's so
is-
many people. And it's like this subject, because I've never really seen results, or maybe I just don't. I've put music out randomly through the years. I don't focus on my artist project, but like it's like a subject that it's almost like if you think about math, it's like really easy, but for some reason it's like seems really hard. It's like, how does this make sense? Or how does a piece of paper that's a contract that says this makes sense that this, like, how does this even work? And then you find out all these companies and all these things going on and the black box,
Mhm. Yeah, you got to get in there, and the way
the
to do
freaking
it
black
is
box, like that's unbelievable.
Yeah,
So instead of them being courteous and saying, oh, because someone's name is attached to the stuff in the black box, no? Or they don't, or it's like not, it's not.
I mean, the title of the song, I'm sure is as well as the artist, but they're not going to go out of their way
Find
to
you.
find you.
Yeah,
take the
so-
time, because time is money, so they're not going to take the time. So you have to be very proactive and say, like, here I am. That's mine. I don't care if it's $1. It's mine.
Have you gotten stuff out of the black box?
Yeah, we've gotten stuff out of the black box, but it's all part of the collecting those pennies, going around the world in the databases and saying, nope, that one's mine. That one's mine. Those are my pennies, and I want
Wow.
all of them.
Yeah. That's my 0.0000019 of.
Which is a disgrace, but it's still mine.
yes, it's still yours. Yeah, you got to take it. So how many artists do you think you've
Well,
helped out through the years, or how many are you working with now?
a couple hundred. I mean, seriously, just even having conversations like this, like I feel like I've always kind of planted the seed somewhere for somebody. To
Yeah.
be like, oh wait, I need to do something more. with
And how
this.
do you? I know you have social media. Do you like? Is it word of mouth that people find you more?
Mostly,
Yeah.
and that's like really what's so beautiful to me about this whole thing. It's
Yeah.
just that one artist knows that we've helped them, and then they turn to their buddies or
There's
their
never a
friends
shortage
and
of
say
artists.
like, "Hey, she really helped me. This company is really great. And they were honest, and that's beautiful. I'm truly grateful for it because it just it's very rewarding helping artists and, seeing some progress and, seeing them grow. I mean, their music, the music gets better and better because, each year, an artist does something and they return to us and they say, okay, I got a new project. And it's like, wow, okay. Hey, you're really getting good at this. It's sounding better and better. So to watch people grow it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. I like it. Where can people find you?
Social media. Our website's code3records.com.
And the number 3.
And the number 3.
Code number 3.
Number 3.
Not number 3.
Yeah, definitely.
Code 3 Records.
We're on all the social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok. Yeah.
Cool.
We have a Spotify playlist we put out every month to showcase the artists that we're working with. We do send...
They do a very good job because I follow you on Instagram. I'm always seeing all the artists do a very good job at that. So I'm going to ask you, if you have something else you can say, but other than that, I'm going to ask you a question that I ask everybody at the end.
Okay.
Is there a way that music is your hero? How is music your hero?
Oh, yeah, sure. It definitely is. It's what it makes me happy. It's healing. It's connecting to folks, and just started with me at a very early age. When I got on the school bus in kindergarten, I heard Joan Jett,
That was the beginning.
I love rock and roll, and it was just like, all right, okay, I can do elementary school, and music will help me along the way, and it certainly has. For so many reasons.
And then you started doing. Yeah, I love that. So it's always just been in you.
It's just us. Yeah.
Do you
just
play?
Something I enjoy. I do not. But maybe that's
Which
why
is
I value it so much, is because my husband has to help me clap my hands to the beat because I struggle.
Well, we need everybody, and that's why I love that I get to talk to you today, because we need everybody.
Yeah.
Not everybody can be the musician.
No, that's true. That's true.
Or the loud guitar player.
Mm-hmm. But I can certainly appreciate it, and it just adds such value to life. So
yeah, awesome. Well, I appreciate you taking the time to do this.
Thanks for having me.
Yes. Thanks for having me. And that's about it.
Keep it going, Drea.
Yeah, I'll keep it going, and you keep it going.
Right.
And hopefully, if anybody's ever looking for your services, as I'm doing this podcast journey, I'm going to definitely send them your way, because I appreciate you. I mean, I don't know anybody else, and it's Karen, which we talked about from the fire, why we met each other, and you were such a good find.
Yeah,
because I don't know anybody else right now personally that is doing what you're doing for the indie scene, and it's very important and awesome.
Thanks. Yeah.
It's stuff we don't want to do.
No, nobody wants to do
Nobody wants to do it.
I want to do this.
And it's a great, and it's a great deal.
Thanks.
For everything that you're doing, and it's only $500 for a year.
Yeah. Well,
to get people started, and then off they can go. It's great.
You got to know your customer, and I'm proud to know all my customers, because they're just more to me than that. So.
Do you ever collect anything else after?
You mean royalty or anything?
Or anything
like that?
else?
No.
So
there is no hidden fees.
No hidden fees.
No.
Wow. What year are we in?
Yeah. Only if there's an extra fee if you want me to copyright with the U.S. Copyright Office, because the government charges $65 an album.
Yeah.
So
that keeps going up, that price. I remember it was $35.
Yes.
Yeah. But all right, awesome. Well, thank you so much.
Thanks.
I had a great time talking to you, and that's it.
Awesome. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Until next time, keep creating, keep connecting, and keep building together. Remember, we're in this together, so let's keep each other's shine alive.